Howdy. How you folks doing today? This is Big O. I figured I'd try something maybe a little different, show you some of the knives I've accumulated over the years. Now, most of them are just little pocket knives, ones that you carried back in my school days. You know, just every boy had a knife in his pocket, you know, to whittle with or clean nails, cut a string, open a box, do something with. None of them are big fancy. I've got a couple of the newer folders that have a flip on it, and I've got a couple of neck knives. But other than that, I was just going to show you a few little knives that I do have. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Let's get to it. First, let me pick up my old Boy Scout knife. As you can see, it's one of the old Ka-Bar. I don't know if you can see the actual stamping on there. It says Ka-Bar or not. There, maybe. But that one's pretty old. Really never gets used anymore. It's just been sitting around for eons. But it's just a regular old Ka-Bar knife. I'll go through my neck knives here real quick. This is called the Double Agent, made by Cold Steel. It's basically just a defensive knife, one that will definitely rip if need be. It's a little big for me to be wearing around, but you know, I got that on a whim. Then this is the one I carrying around my knife most of the time, CRKT. What's it called? PSK. This is the one I carried most of the time, but this sheath, it started rattling, and there's been a few times where it has come off, and I've found it down around my belt. So I haven't worn that in a while. And then this is one I usually have it on my shoe or stuck at the top of a boot or something. It's also a little Ka-Bar. What's that say on the back of it? Oh, Taiwan made. I don't know the type of steel any of these things are. I know this one's got a big razor point on it, or needle point. Anyway, those are those. Now I'm missing my every day when it's in the other room because I'm not going out or anything today, so it's not even in my pocket yet. This was a little cheap China made called the Bullet. Little spring assist. That's it. Nothing fancy. A little Tonto blade on it. But this is just a little single straight blade, open, stainless steel. It's also made in Taiwan. Like I said, none of these are big and fancy, or most of these are just old pocket knives that said you grow up with as a kid, whittling tools, cutting tools, you know, just, I don't know what really to say about them. I don't know that any of these really have a name on them. I pull out that big blade and see if it's got anything written down there that I can actually read. Nothing that I can read upon. And I believe this was actually an old case. It's been worn completely off. This was given to me by, my golly, I don't know if it was my father or maybe an uncle or somebody that's been gone for a while. And
Let's see if I can see where it was made. I sure don't recognize any of the stamps. That one says 510 or 516 on it. That's the only writing that I can see. And of course, well, this isn't my buck. The one I thought, I've got a buck knife that looks almost identical to this. I believe I found this one. This is a Sheffield stainless. My buck, like I said, is virtually identical to it, except for back in my high school days, we got out the file and rounded all this off and cut this down somewhat so you could get your thumb down there better and to actually flip it open. I remember getting my thumb cut a few times when it'd come up and I'd slice it there on the bottom part. But if I remember right, I found this. Never really carried it, but I'd always carried that buck for many, many, many years. And this is a little Frontier. What's it say on it? Frontier double edge. That's probably a foreign made. Imperial stainless. 4550. My golly, it is a USA made. But that's feels real nice, of course. It has no jimping on it or anything like that. Just basically work knives. And then a little tiny one that, this is a little buck. Sharp little big. It's only got the two little blades on it. Both of them are real sharp. This is more of the style that I carry in my pocket as just one to do your little daily chores and all. Anyway, that's a little rundown on, I don't want to say all my knives because I'm sure there's some in a drawer here or there, or in a basket somewhere, or, you know, maybe in a toolbox or out in the fishing box, tackle box. I'm sure there's probably another half a dozen knives anyway around. All right. That's a little short one on some of the knives I've got. Y'all enjoy your day. Be safe.